Look! Up on the building! It's Spider-Woman!
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review. Today we're taking a look at another Marvel Legends figure, and it's the Spider-Woman from the Fierce Fighters set in the Thanos Build-A-Figure collection. Now this is the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman, the original Spider-Woman. This is the Spider-Woman I remember as a kid. She came around in the 1970s, and she actually had her own cartoon show for a little while, which was not good at all. And yeah, I always thought she was interesting because she kind of had this Black Widow kind of look on her costume, very different than Spider-Man. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Spider-Woman in package, and there she is. She's got her little web wings, which is very cool. She's got two versions of it. She does come with the Thanos Build-A-Figure, which is pretty cool. Looks a lot like the Avengers version that's coming out in the theaters here pretty soon. But yeah, so I picked her up at, it was Toys R Us, I think. They had a sale going on where it was X amount of percentage off on a bunch of figures, and the Marvel Legends were off. It was only like a couple bucks, but I went ahead and picked her up. This is the only one she had, and the paint sculpt looked really, really nice. On the side, we get some really cool artwork of Spider-Woman here, which is really nice. There she is in the package. Now, that is not the traditional sculpt for her. She looks way different than she did in the original comics. I mean, it's an awesome looking sculpt. I like it, but it does not resemble the original character to me at all, from what I remember as a kid. And then on this side of the package, we've got Hellcat, who is the alternate in this group. So here's the back of the package. We got Hellcat, we've got Spider-Woman up here, all kinds of glossy. There's a right up here. Here are all the other figures in the wave, and of course you can build Thanos. And I think the only other figure I've got in this wave is the Iron Man Mark 43 armor. So yeah, there is that. So really fast, all the other figures. There's the Build-A-Figure Thanos, which I may or may not build him, I don't know. And if you want to pause and read the write-up on these two lovely ladies, you may do so now. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the package. Let's go ahead and get Spider-Woman out of the box and see what we think. So here we have Spider-Woman out of the package. I really gotta say, I like this sculpt a lot. Even though this is not the vintage look of the character, I'd like to see a sculpt of that, actually. She looks a lot younger, like she's in her 20s, versus the original figure looked like she was in her, or the original character, I should say, looked like she was in her 30s. But she's definitely sporting a much younger look, and wow, and a much harder body. I mean, she's just got like supermodel build. That is the most voluptuous sculpted Kim Kardashian ass I've ever seen on a Marvel figure. And then she's got the tiny little hips and the big old boobies, and yeah, perving out on the figure here. I mean, it's a really well sculpted figure. I definitely dig it. She looks a little Spanish though, maybe a little Latino. Kind of strange, kind of weird. I don't know. It's just the vibe I get. But definitely cool. Poses very well. Articulation is pretty good until you get to the head. She does have a ball joint on the head, but the problem is her hair just won't let her do much at all except kind of look that way. That's really about it. She's got a really nice ab crunch, and they did a good job with the paint because you know, we don't lose any of that. All the paint details very nice. She's got a ball joint up here with a hinge at her shoulder like usual. She's got swivel at the bicep. She has got single jointed elbows, which is kind of a shame. She does have joints at her wrists. She does not have a swivel there, but she can swivel up here under her boobs. She's got joints at her hips. She's got swivels at the thighs, double jointed knees, and of course joints at the ankles. But yeah, so I mean, she stands really well, which is nice for a female figure because they usually don't stand all that great because they're generally pretty tiny. But she's pretty good to go. So all the accessories that she comes with one of Thanos' arms, no Infinity Gauntlet. That's kind of unfortunate. And then we got his head, which is actually a really nice head sculpt. I think I may build this guy. I don't know. Very cool looking. And then she's got a bunch of wings. Well, not really a bunch. She's only got 4. But oh, look at the detail on that. I mean, that looks awesome. It's a translucent plastic. And then all the webbing detail is just utterly amazing. So she's got 2 sets of open wings. And then she's got a set or 2 closed wings. So a set of closed wings and a set of open wings. Just really nice. I like how they added that detail on there. Very cool. And if you look under the figure here, she's got the little slots that you can plug them in, which is very, very nice. Let's go ahead and I'm going to put her in a couple poses with the wings, kind of play around with her and see what kind of pose I can get in to make the wings look cool. Alright, so here we have the wings that are folded down, and I gotta say, these things are kind of hard to get into. You kind of have to roll them up into the arms to get them to stick in, and yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of the folded wings. I mean, they're cool. I like how you've got that option, but yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of those. She definitely will not be wearing those. I got a feeling the expanded wings are going to look a lot cooler. Oh yes, this is definitely a lot cooler than the closed wings. I really like these a lot. They sculpt really well to the body. I think that looks really, really cool. Really, really sick. Very nice. Very much like the comic book and the old cartoon that I remember as a kid, and I definitely appreciate that. She is so going up on the shelf like this. Very cool. I like the addition of the folded in wings, but you definitely want to see them splayed out. It'd be nice if we had Spider-Man 2099 with this kind of wing set, because his is kind of folds out like a cape, kind of like that as well. I think that'd be really, really super sick. So looking at the detail on the figure, I mean, they did an amazing job with this sculpt. I love that face, love the paint apps, love the design. They did a great job with the body mold, the paint apps, the black lines, the yellow gloves. All that looks amazing. The hair detail, that webbing is ultra sick. I am definitely digging that. I mean, that makes the figure pop out so much. I think they got the right color on the red. Not a lot of bad splashing anywhere either, which is really surprising, especially on the kind of the diamond piece on her costume up front there. That's definitely very cool. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, that kind of diamond pattern, the spider pattern there on her body looks really, really cool. Just a really nice hourglass figure. I mean, that's what I remember from this character in the original comics. Not much going on with the legs, but man, that booty, look how sculpted that is. That is just craziness. But, you know, a really good job. It really makes her look super feminine, and you definitely want that in a female character. But, yeah, overall, just really nicely surprised by how well the detail on the line designs were. And finally, taking a look at the boots, again, we got the yellow boots, but I was really impressed by all the line work with the black. I like how it kind of dips down there. There is no, you know, paint splash anywhere. It's very nice, very neat. They did a very good job with it. I'm very happy. Even the back of the boots has the little dip down, which is very reminiscent of the character. So they did a good job overall with all the paint app details on the figure. For comparison, here we have Spider-Woman with the black suit Spider-Girl, and as you can tell, she's a lot bigger than the Spider-Girl. Definitely a much younger character versus this one. Definitely cool. I like the size comparison. I really like the sculpts on these. Probably 2 of my favorite female sculpts for sure. Here we have the classic Spider-Woman next to the Ultimate Spider-Woman, and definitely cool. All three of the Spider Chicks. I am liking this. I think there's only one other Spider-Girl that I'm missing. I may have to go get that now since I've got all these ladies. Definitely cool. Really loving the sculpts. Again, this one is, I think, this mold here, just with a different head sculpt. Very interesting. They're definitely getting much better at the female sculpts, I think, in the Marvel Legends line, which is really cool for the collector. Here we've got Spider-Woman next to pizza-eating Spidey, and, you know, it's kind of funny. In the cartoon, they work together on and off, but from what I remember in the comics, she didn't really get along with Spider-Man. I always thought there was like a tension there. As a kid, which is kind of interesting. I like that. Just because they're both spider characters doesn't mean they get along. But definitely cool seeing these two classic characters side by side. Here she is next to the Scarlet Spider. Here we've got Spider-Woman next to the Scarlet Witch, and initially I thought that these head sculpts might be a variation of each other, but looking at them, I'm not too terribly sure. I was looking, maybe the mouth sculpts were the same, but they look like they might be different. I'm not exactly sure. Here's Spider-Woman with Wavemate and another Avenger, Iron Man Mark 43. Here she is with the Spider-Man 3 Venom. And finally, here we have her next to Toxin. She's all about some Eddie Brock here. So is Spider-Woman a figure you want in your Marvel Legends collection? You know, I'm going to have to say yes. Even if you are not a fan of this character, she's so well done, so well sculpted. The paint apps are amazing, up around her mask and her upper body, all the black lines. They just did a smash-up job putting this figure together. There is no skimping on the paint detail, which I really, really like. The body mold is amazing. I hope they use this mold a few more times. And the head sculpt, I really, really like it. And the webbing, man, those web wings are just super, super cool. And it comes with another set of web wings. So if you don't want her splayed out like that, you can have her arms down with the folded up web wings. But personally, I think this is definitely the way to go as far as, you know, posability on the character. She stands really well. The joints are nice and tight. Nothing's loose on the figure. And they just overall, I think, knocked this one out of the park. I'm really glad to see this character getting some love here in the new line, and she's definitely worth the pickup. So there she is, Spider-Woman from Marvel Legends.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, and as always, look for more videos in the future.